Before we can reclaim the narrative, we must reclaim our identity. Our identity has a significant impact on the purpose and telling of our stories. Perhaps the greatest obstacle to reclaiming our narrative and the purpose of our stories can be summed up in a series of two-word phrases: Black British, Black American, Black French, Black Italian, Black Spanish, Black German, Black Dutch, etc., etc., etc. Now, the second of these two words is always the operator. That is, it indicates the operation to be performed, and that operation being demonstrating our contribution or our worth to European societies. This being the case, we become very selective about the narratives we explore. We focus on those that pertain to our European existence. We focus on stories that will secure our place within the European world. For example, many of our stories are about lived realities, struggles against discrimination. These stories aren't for me. If you want stories of experiences of unfair prejudice, struggles against racism, or striving for success, then I have an abundance, all of my own, as does every other black person. Such narratives are really only for white people, to show them that racism exists. Stories of black achievers, black people getting high qualifications across all academic disciplines and demonstrating that black people can do anything a white person can do, are also for white people and not for me. Other stories of black people's contributions to British, American, French, etc. histories are also for white people and not for me. In addition, these stories are not for Black History Month. Black History Month was designed to educate black people about who they are, who they were, and who they can be. Not as an individual, but as a people. The above stories are told in vain, and they are both ironic and ineffective. They're told in vain because real racists are more than aware of what black people can achieve. The racist narrative about black people being ignorant and incapable of achieving what white people can achieve is little more than just rhetorical. Indeed, it is because racists are aware that black people can achieve as much as any white person that the narrative is important. If black people were genuinely inferior to white people, then there'd be no need for racism. Racists are aware of our abilities. They know that we can achieve. They just don't want us to. The stories are ironic because black achievements within European societies actually contribute to the strength and dominance of these societies. It is the strength and dominance of these societies that maintains racism and the unfair discrimination against black people. And they're ineffective because European oppression was never against black people. It was against Africans. Encouraging discrimination against Africans was necessary to validate their enslavement and the colonizing of their continent. They promoted the belief that the only way that Africans could achieve would be to abandon their savage ways and become Europeans. Therefore, narratives about successful Europeanized blacks, such as Black British or Black Americans, etc., who extol European values and ideals, does nothing to challenge racism. The prejudice against Africa and Africans remains. There is the argument that by celebrating black people simply for being successful within European society suggests that these people are exceptional. And this reinforces the view that black people aren't equal to white people.